Today on Suncoast View, Bradenton looks to a neighbor to the north on how to draw more visitors with their arts organizations.
Get ready for some beautiful boats on the water at Benderson Park this weekend. We'll meet a team of women who are paddling for a purpose.
And it's a pageant weekend at the Players Center, but this beauty pageant has a very unusual twist. We'll get a preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and welcome back to Linda.
Yay, I'm
We
home.
missed
I'm
you.
home. I survived a weekend with the girls in Nashville.
I love that you're doing girls' weekends. How was everything? Lots of chit chat?
Wonderful. We went to the Grand Ole Opry, front row, had a great time. We weren't really country music fans when we went, but we were when we left.
Good.
We met all kinds of people because we talked to everybody along our route, and it was just awesome. It was just awesome.
All right, I have to ask a girl question. So, at this point in life, is there any of the, still occasional snide remark or somebody gets their feathers a little ruffled or, do you know what I mean? I mean, you know how women can be.
Well, the snide remarks used to be hidden. Now they're just out front.
Really?
Yes.
So you just lay it on out there?
Yes, I've got two friends that are determined to make the rest of us perfect like them.
Oh, I see. I see. But you seem to have a very good sense of humor about it at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't bother us anymore.
Yeah.
If somebody I really don't like that on you. That's fine. I don't like that on you either. So,
I love it. Well,
and we laugh. In the end, we just laugh and laugh about it. So we don't
nice.
get our feelings hurt anymore.
that's wonderful. I love it. Well, I love that you've been friends for what, 60 years practically?
Since about 1961 and 1962.
Wow, that's amazing.
We've been through an awful lot together. None of us were married. We've been married sometimes multiple times, and children and grandchildren, and still we know who we were in the beginning, and to us we still are.
Sure.
Right.
To me, they're still 20-year-olds. So it's just great fun.
Oh, that is
I've always
wonderful.
wondered when you talk about your yayas, did, obviously that came from the book, the
One of
Sisterhood
them made
Travel.
it up. I keep saying the Yayas is about an alcoholic, and all the other women try to cover up for us. We don't have an alcoholic, so I don't know where that came from. I guess we're still working up to that in the future.
There wasn't a word for
Right,
that, as
for that
tight as
group.
you all are until that book came out. So
Yes.
that's close enough, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you find out everything you're doing wrong on these
And they have
things.
traveling pants. I mean, they
Yes.
travel everywhere, so
We
it's
do have
perfect.
pants, too.
All right, well, we missed you, but we love it that you had some girl time. So
Oh,
we're
it was awesome.
glad
It
you
was
are
awesome.
back with us. We also have Chef Joe from Cafe Barboso back in the kitchen with
Hi,
us.
everybody, my groovy friends. I have alcohol in pants.
Okay, well, then you'll fit right in. You're welcome here, then. What are we making today?
We're going to be doing an Umbrian artichoke pasta with spinach and a nutmeg cream sauce, serving it at the restaurant all weekend. It's absolutely sensational and easy to make.
There's a word I didn't understand in there. Umbrian?
Umbrian is a part of Italy,
Okay.
a little town in Italy that we are getting the artichokes from.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Joey, does that ring a bell from your travels?
Yes, and I believe, isn't there a book or a Fellini film, The Knights of Umbria?
That's
right?
exactly
Oh, okay.
right.
I think it's about a prostitute, but even so,
We used to go clamming together, her
the
and I.
food must be good. Yes.
You guys got a lot of backstories to everything here. I really try to keep this on a fairly normal level, but
I'm looking for the book.
somebody's always going the other direction.
It's Friday.
It is definitely so. Joey asked some good questions earlier today. I-75 was
Yes.
closed for a good part of the early morning due to a wildfire, actually a controlled burn where the smoke ended up covering the roadway. So, Joe, I know you said you had some questions.
Yes, I wondered, and I know a lot of people have been asking this question. Why did they plan this and let it interfere with traffic? Do they know it'll interfere with traffic, and why does it affect so poorly with the weather?
Right, so he asked me as a meteorologist to help a little bit. So controlled burns are done to actually prevent bigger and worse fires later on. Fire is a natural part of nature, so they're getting rid of that underbrush. The problem is, and I don't know which of the problems occurred this morning, either the wind direction changed from what they were predicting it would, so that the smoke then ended up over the road. But from what I was watching this morning, the combination of smoke and fog is a very bad combination because the smoke particulates get caught on the water droplets and cause a much bigger, denser fog. We did have fog this morning.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the weather interfered with their burn in a way they didn't predict it to, and as a result, we ended up with problems on the roadway.
I know that it
So-
started a lot of people's day in an unexpected inconvenience.
Well, anytime you close I-75, it's a problem because there's no good get around. But yeah, I mean, controlled burns are a good thing, but I don't. You may remember it was back in, I think, 2008. There was a massive pileup on I-4 because of a smoke and fog combination, and ever since then, anytime there's any fog with any kind of smoke in the area, FDOT's pretty quick to shut down roads because 4 people died, 70 cars were involved. It was up in Polk County.
And I know that it's an inconvenience, and I know that it can be very difficult, but we shouldn't blame the county for this. They obviously don't plan to have it.
The wind is the wind.
You don't plan fog.
You know,
yeah.
things do happen.
It just picks up.
Yep, absolutely. So we're glad it's reopened now, and hopefully we'll have a quiet weather weekend. It is time for our first hot topic. And Bradenton has always had a close connection with Pittsburgh as the spring training home of the Pirates. Now Bradenton is looking to emulate Pittsburgh in its arts development. So Pittsburgh leaders are actually here on the Suncoast to talk about how the arts have turned around downtown Pittsburgh in the last 10 years, and that the same is possible in Bradenton. In Pittsburgh, the arts community laid the groundwork for the city to attract filmmakers, tech companies, and then 52% more tourists. This has had a multi-billion-dollar impact on the economy. I like that they're looking to the arts.
Oh yeah, and I think looking to another city that has done it well is always a great example. At first, when you were talking about this, I thought, but we don't really need to improve our arts. We're fine. But I get that it's more about getting the businesses, the arts businesses here, right? It's to attract the filmmakers because that means jobs. It means the industry continues to grow.
I think we have the arts. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
now a discussion of using the arts to draw in more money with companies, more money with tourism.
And it used to be that the arts were just something for the elite. Not everybody enjoyed them. Now we find, oh, this is the way to make money. This is the way to bring money in. In Atlanta, it's brought tons and
Yeah,
tons
the
of
film
money
scene.
in.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's such a big deal
Now,
for
a
them.
lot of that, though, comes from the incentives they get on a state, that the state will give. So some of it is out of our control, obviously, because we need that
Unless
on
we
a higher level.
yell a lot
which
and get
is-
the state to do it.
That's what works.
Yeah.
So I guess the more filmmakers that do come here, I know our film commission works hard to attract them and let
And
them
we've
know.
got everything they need right here. We do, and it would mean a lot of money in our pockets and a lot of enjoyment.
Sure. Someone told me once that when a film, even when they come to shoot a car commercial here on the Suncoast, you don't even think about the number of all of the food that they need, the lodging,
Right,
and then you have
right.
all of the services, dry cleaning, every service that everybody has to use while they're staying here. It
That's a
filters
good point.
out.
Yeah, so any project means something for the
Yeah.
people
And
that are
traveling
here.
around, I have found that many, many countries and cities are finding that tourism is their biggest industry.
Yep.
So we need to bring more tourists, and therefore we need more entertainment.
Yeah.
And once the word gets out that you're a city that makes films, people want to see where the films are made.
Yeah, because I think our art scene will bring people here to come see something and maybe take a visit and buy a ticket to something. But you're right, the next step is to then say, all right, I want to set up my next arts-related
My
business
business
there.
here.
'Cause
Yep,
that's
nope, that's
jobs.
what they're looking for. So would you rent a car from a stranger, or would you rent your car to one? Well, with Airbnb, we stay in strangers' homes. So along those lines, Uber is teaming up with a startup called GetAround. That lets any car owner rent their vehicle out online. So cars can be rented for as short as an hour or for as many days as you need. This service launches in a month in a handful of major cities. Would you use this or would you do this? Rent your car out.
No, I've had teenagers. I know what happens when you loan your car to somebody.
But would you rent a car from somebody if you only needed it for a few hours?
This is interesting because I like the concept, and I know like Austin has Zip Cars, which is a company. It's like a bike rental service, but the company is in charge of the cars, and there's a lot of steps that they take to make sure that the
Okay.
cars are maintained and that it always has gas and everything.
Right.
So now we're relying on each other's responsibility. I bought used cars for most of my life, and there's that trust of, okay, is the belt going to break when I drive away?
Right.
So that makes me
Right.
a little nervous. I don't know how well someone else takes care of their car.
Cars are somewhat personal.
Yeah.
It's your personal space. You're close in. But I don't know why it's any different than an apartment or house, which
Yeah.
we all do with VRBO
I know
and
it is
Airbnb.
weird, but it is something very intimate about your car. I don't even like to valet for that reason, just because I'm like, well, I don't
I
really
don't
know
want
what
somebody
I
in my
have
car.
here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like loading out my
not
car.
that close to my car. I don't have a personal connection to it.
Yeah, but you know what? If you had to move, like, you know, we all rent trucks when we have to move, haul something. You know, it would be nice to go, no, but you can't borrow my car, but you can borrow someone else's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the app.
Interesting stories, though, about people who have rented their car out and were able to, you know, pay their rent with it and do all sorts of things. You know, once you own the car and you're able to make money off it, it becomes a profit.
That's true. I mean, and that's like that same model has worked for people with Airbnb. They rent out their spare room, make a little extra money. I just think Uber might be growing a little too fast. Like they're going into too many different areas. Just keep.
And are they liable? I mean, if somebody gets hurt in somebody else's car, right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I can't believe the insurance companies want to pay for some random driving your
This
car.
sounds like a nightmare from that standpoint.
Because you have to say who's driving that car when you rent one.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to prove that either you have insurance or that you're going to take theirs. All right, so this is for Joey. David Copperfield may be forced to reveal the magic behind one of his tricks in a court of law. So a British tourist is suing the illusionist for negligence after the tourist claims he was injured after taking part in Copperfield's Lucky 13 trick in Vegas. The trick involves randomly selecting audience members, having them disappear, and then reappear. Well, the man claims he fell during the disappearing part, dislocated his shoulder, and now even has lingering brain issues. So the judge wants Copperfield to reveal exactly how the trick works, which means he won't be doing it anymore.
Right?
Is this fair?
I don't think he should have to do it in public. He should do it for the judge and jury maybe, but not in public. Don't ruin it forever.
I agree.
That's not a bad point.
I think that will solve, that gets them what they need. They obviously need to know the details of the trick to find
See
out
if the
if
guy's
it's liable.
crazy or not.
Yeah.
But it is. Remember there was that show a few years ago of Magician's Secrets Revealed?
Yeah.
And this a magician with a mask gave all the tricks. He gave all the behind the scenes. You got to see everything, and everybody was in an uproar because it ruined it for the fans too.
Yeah, I just think take it behind the scenes and let them see, and then they can make their decision.
This is a good point, though, that when you have audience participation, I know this happens in improv a lot as well. And in improv, people tend to get liquid courage to volunteer to come up. So you have some drunk people coming up the stage to participate in games that can get active. And as a troupe, I know at Florida Studio Theater, we're all very much like, make sure and get the person up the stairs and down the stairs safely.
Right, because are you liable?
You know, that's a good question.
Well, you know they would have insurance at a place like that.
Sure,
So
sure.
he's
Well, I'm sure
going
David
over
Copperfield does too.
Yeah, so they're going he's trying to go way over the insurance amount.
Right. Yeah, the guy is definitely looking for a payday. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. All right, I agree with both of you. Let the judge hear it, but keep it from the
They
rest
should
of us.
summons the Statue of Liberty to testify, because remember, he made her disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
So
She
she
But you know what? If
surprise
12
witness.
jurors know, they're going to tell everybody. So
true.
we'll all soon know.
This is true.
A judge might be a better call. All right, well, what's old is new again. 3 of America's favorite game shows are coming back this summer right here on ABC. Celebrity Family Feud, the $100,000 Pyramid, and To Tell the Truth. Listen to this. Celebrity Family Feud includes Team Kardashian,
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Team Grey's Anatomy, yeah, I didn't know they could think, Team MLB All-Stars, amongst others. But thinking back to all these shows, these have been around forever. Isn't it interesting they still have appeal? My kids love Family Feud.
Really?
I grew up loving Family Feud.
I want to see something new. I hate seeing the same old things over and over.
Well,
and over.
Wipeout was new. Did you like that?
No.
I didn't
no,
think
that
so.
was
See?
kind of cruel.
That's why we're going back to the other ones.
Yeah, that was really cruel. I did not like that. But these I've seen. You know, I've seen, so I want something new.
Do you have a nostalgia for them? You know, because it's great to see,
No.
like, To Tell the Truth
I'm
and The
done.
Match Game and all these come back.
It's
no?
a book I've read.
That's right. You
Yeah,
don't like
you
seeing
like
the
new
same
things.
over.
Yes.
I love it.
I do too.
I love game shows, and I'm so happy to see them back. And I'm not sure why they've come back. You know, I think maybe we've exhausted reality shows, so now it's back to
Cheap production. I'll
It-
tell you why they're coming back.
This is
I
true.
can't get that excited about you winning a refrigerator. That's not. that
Now the
exciting
kids
to
all
me.
play along, and I mean, because what's what's that thing that happens at 3 p.m. and 9
Yes,
p.m. on
that
your
one-
phone?
yes, that-
HQ. There's
the
a game.
quiz.
There's a quiz game that pops up on smartphones if you are playing along every day at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Literally, apparently, life stops for most people,
Yes.
so they can start playing this game. I've got a thumbs
Oh,
up from our producer
really?
Kaylee. No, literally, in the middle of homework, the alarms go off. It's 3 o'clock, time for the game, or whatever time it comes. I think it may be 5, but whatever.
Yes.
So kids are into these games, but it's knowledge at least. Family Feud, you're thinking
Yeah.
on your feet, you're coming out with answers, and boy, has it gotten edgy. Like sexy
Oh,
answers.
Family Feud was always towing the line between.
Even with Richard, what's his name?
Well, he
Yeah.
always kissed all of the
Oh,
contestants.
yeah, that was
remember?
creepy.
Yeah,
Well,
it
Steve
was-
Harvey is just the questions. I mean, I think like things we don't even want to say were number 1
Sure.
answers this week. I was like, really?
Do you remember the Newlywed Game? The Newlywed
I
Game was racier than a lot of
Yeah.
shows that are on now.
Yes, I remember. Johnny Carson did a game show once that I was on. Would you trust your wife?
Where do you come up with these things? You were on a game show with Johnny Carson?
I was. I'll bring you the picture. I was.
See, we used to play the game Two Truths and a Lie, but now we don't have to anymore because Linda just plays it with us.
What's the truth?
Yes.
I've got to prove that.
All right, no, we believe you. Now we just want to see it. All right. Game shows will be on this summer. Be sure to check them out here on ABC. I think Sunday night's the big game night. We're going to check out our happy hour forecast. So when we come back, a big preview from the Players Center of a pageant.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update. We are looking at a beautiful afternoon right now. 79 degrees, dew point 64, and the humidity 60%. Winds basically out of the west-northwest, a little sea breeze that has developed. It appears that we're not going to see as much fog around. There could be some patchy areas of fog developing shortly before sunrise, mainly inland and to our north, but there could be some around here too, so keep that in mind if you're driving. The chance for it is not as widespread as it was last night, but still there. A frontal boundary lies right across us right now, and it's not really doing a whole lot. It will produce some cloudiness tomorrow as we take a look at the futurecast, showing an increase in moisture, some clouds around to start things off on Saturday, and even a few showers possible. There will be some breaks in the clouds now and again, just enough to get the heating going, and the showers popping up late in the afternoon and evening inland, pushing toward the coast late in the day. So our rain chance tomorrow is going to be for scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. More on your weather coming up at 5. See you then.
There's a pageant in town this weekend here on the Suncoast, but not like you might expect. 6 contestants will compete for the title of Miss Glamorous at the Players Center in the comedy musical pageant. Sarasota favorite and hostess of Drag Queen Bingo, our very own Beneva Fruitville is one of the stars, and she's here to tell us about this pageant with a very hysterical twist to it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you may not know this, but I had my pageant experience.
Oh, did
I was in the
you?
Miss Georgia pageant twice. Third runner-up the first time as Miss Macon, second runner-up this time as Miss DeKalb County.
Wow.
Then I decided it was just not in my future. I think I aged out, actually. I think I got too old for the pageant business, but of course you haven't.
Well,
Now, this is not an actual pageant.
No, it's actually
musical,
a scripted
right?
musical that came out in the 90s.
Oh, really?
And it ran off Broadway for a long, long time. And then about 3 years ago, they revived it off Broadway. And we did it 2 or 3 years ago at the Players, and now we're in an all-new production of it now this weekend.
And it has a twist.
Oh, yes. The
Can
twist is...
Okay. Oh, you're going to tell us.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be your personal David Copperfield right now.
Disclose,
The
please.
Yes.
reveal.
Yes. So the twist is there are 6 women competing for the title of Miss Glamorous, but they're all played by men.
Oh.
So that's the twist.
What are the categories?
Well, we do talent. We do swimsuit.
Oh, my.
Oh.
Yes.
Sold tickets right there.
I know.
Yeah.
We do evening gown, of course.
Of course.
And then we also have, one of the things about the Glamorous contest is that they have a beauty crisis hotline that you can call. So on stage, we take a live phone call from an audience member questioning how to do something with their beauty.
I would like to be that person calling, because I
Exactly.
always wonder how you do your makeup so beautifully.
This David Copperfield secret I'm not giving away.
Well, another
Question.
secret.
Like we've seen you, you've done La Cage, a faux, where you have played a man playing a woman. You played a drag queen. In pageant, are you playing drag queens competing?
No, we're actually playing women. So it's a different form, it's a different way of approaching
Right.
the character. So you don't approach it from, I'm going into this as a joke, and I'm going into this, I'm thinking what she is thinking. Those are my character thoughts. I'm trying to live her life versus I'm trying to make them laugh by pretending to be a man to be a woman. And it's a different way to approach the character.
Right. That's very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, judging. Who judges? How does that work?
The judging happens live, so you never know who's going to win. We never know as a cast member who's going to win that night.
Oh, really? So
it
different
happens.
people
So
may win?
From the judges are chosen from the audience that are there that
Oh.
night, and then there's live judging. They give us scores, and
That's hysterical.
you never know who's going to win. So we have multiple scenarios, of the staging and how things work, depending on who wins.
Will it hurt your feelings if you don't win?
Well, I'm not going to give that one away either, but there are things that happen that are planned to happen if, some of us win and some of us don't.
Well, you can't cry if you lose, but you can cry if you win.
But remember, this is a musical, so we can. We can cry and we can sometimes shoot guns at people.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we want to
But
see
I'm
a
not giving
preview
anything
of
away.
this. We want you to give something away. We are going to see a preview. So while Beneva, who is of course Miss Deep South, we could tell that, while she gets ready for her performance to show us a little about what it's about, we want you to know that Pageant the Musical is at the Players Center this weekend only, April 19th through the 21st. For tickets and information, visit their website. And here she is, Beneva as Miss Deep South. Take it away.
Land, I'm just so tired of doing. How I long for that gracious time of corn and cotton fields. And me! Why, great-great-grandma Jeannie, where'd you come from? I come from Alabama, just to sit here on your knee. I come down here to tell you about the way things used to be. Oh, Loretta, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama, and don't forget about me. Great-great-grandpa Kermel Summerfield, what are you doing here? Well, I've been a-dreaming. And a-drinking, too. Oh, Grandpa, why don't you sing her that song? I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on the soft summer air. Why, that was so beautiful. Well, of course, that was before you lost your looks. You two, stop your fighting, and why don't we go to the races? Camptown races, sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Camptown races 5 miles long. Oh, the doo-dah day. Camptown races, sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Camptown races 5 miles long. Oh, the doo-dah day. Gone to run all night. Gone to run all day. Fill my belly with a bottle full of gin. Somebody bet on the bay.
Yay! Pageant the Musical is at the Players Center this weekend only, April 19th through April 21st. For tickets and information, visit their website. Next, we preview the best of everything in the Suncoast.
Don't miss Southwest Florida's largest barbecue and bluegrass event at the Venice Airport Festival grounds. Taste genuine competition barbecue and listen to award-winning bluegrass entertainment. Join us for a finger-licking and hot-picking good time. Free admission and parking. Go to suncoastbbqbash.com for details.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
We know the Suncoast is an amazing place, and it is that time of year again when Sarasota Magazine honors the best of our area in dozens of categories. All the winners get published in Sarasota Magazine's May issue, but the celebration starts with a big party next week at Selby Gardens. So the party is coming up this Tuesday, and the theme is luau.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Get in
So
the
here are
spirit.
some lace.
I'm
It is
sorry you don't have one, Joey.
It's a tiki theme, which I think is really fun and really great too to be at Selby Gardens. So obviously the party is Tuesday and it's a ticketed event, and there are still some tickets available if you go to sarasotamagazine.com. But in previous years, it is really a great way to sample food and drink from honestly some of our area's greatest
it's such
restaurants
fun.
and
And
bartenders.
the setting is amazing.
Yeah. Now, beyond that, so even if you're not really a party goer, what I love about this issue of Sarasota Magazine every year is the categories. The categories, there's always the same ones, like best restaurant and best cocktail and best all this, but they have different categories based on what we have seen in our area in the past year. For example, a new one this year is best barber. And that's because we have more men on the Suncoast that are actually getting groomed. There's enough barbershops.
Oh, really?
Which I love. Best ramen noodles, which is a new category.
Yeah.
Best place to pamper your pooch, which of course we're dog people, we're all about. And I love best restaurant bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I've got some suggestions.
Exactly. So if you see the magazine out, it'll be hitting stands next week. You want to grab it. It has great recommendations. The party, Primitive in Paradise. If this is the Best of Sarasota party, it is Tuesday, April 24th at Selby Gardens. We will be there. You can get your tickets and learn all about the event by going to sarasotamagazine.com. All right, coming up next, we'll meet a team of ladies who are paddling dragon boats for a purpose.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Did you know you could get life insurance in just a few minutes? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with just a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, TrueStage guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you. TrueStage cares for you the same way you care for your family. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now. Any amount of protection can help, and you are guaranteed to be accepted. In just a few minutes, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Getting life insurance can be fast and easy, and it could cost less than you think. Plus, your price will never increase, and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now for a free, no-obligation quote. It's fast and easy. Plus, you get TruStage's 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-809-8372 today.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a part-time media controller to manage various stages of video on-air content playout. General computer skills are an absolute must. Visit mysuncoast.com/job-of-the-day to apply.
The water at Nathan Benderson Park will be full of unusual sights this weekend as part of the Sarasota International Dragon Boat Festival. 30 dragon boat teams, both competitive and recreational, will compete, but some are paddling for a purpose, including the Survivors in Sync breast cancer survivor dragon boat team. Angela Long is team captain, and she's here with 2 more of her team members to tell us more about the Dragon Boat Festival. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
We're thrilled you're here, and we're also thrilled that you kind of recreated one of the Dragon Boat on our set. So
somewhat,
thank you.
yes.
So we want to talk a little bit about your team, Survivors in Sync. How did the team come together?
The team came together in late 2013, 2014 when the International Breast Cancer Survivor Dragon Boat Festival was coming to Sarasota, which brought together over 100 breast cancer survivor teams from around the world. And it was the first time that the competition was held on U.S. soil. So it was a very exciting time for us, and we got to represent the Sarasota area.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now tell us a little bit about your team. Who is it comprised of?
Right. Well, we're all breast cancer survivors. Our ages at this point range from our 40s, and our oldest paddler is 80 years old.
Oh.
We have all stages of breast cancer survivors. Some are finished with treatment. We have some who have gone through recurrences and are going through treatments as well right now. And some are hoping to get back on the boat very soon. So, and then we have several stage 4 breast cancer survivors on our team.
Wow.
So we have a range.
In addition to the sport, tell us a little bit about the camaraderie on the team.
It's really amazing. We come together because of breast cancer and support one another no matter what we're going through. But in dragon boating, we focus forward. And it's about setting our sights on hope and concentrating on our wellness and well-being and just focusing on what's to come with the next competition and just staying in the present and focusing forward. So it's very inspirational.
Help us understand dragon boating a little, because I looked at the video. There's a lot of people on one boat.
Yes.
I mean, a lot.
Yes.
So how many, and exactly how do you, I saw a person in the front. Explain how it all works, how you keep it together.
Right. Well, there's 20 paddlers in the boat.
Wow.
There's 10 rows, and there's 2 paddlers in each row.
Okay.
Then there's a drummer that sits up in the front of the boat, and they keep the time, the beat, so that everyone stays in sync.
So actually drumming, hitting a beat.
Yes, actually drumming, and they beat to the
That
stroke.
would be Linda. Linda's our drummer.
Somewhat, except for she doesn't have the dragon head in
She's
front.
holding the head.
But I'm just telling you a general light. Linda is the one that holds us together.
So perfect positioning
Yes, Linda
for
is
her.
the drummer for our little team. Yes.
And then in the back of the boat is the steers person, and they stand, and that's typically what I do. I'll stand in the boat and make calls to direct everyone, me with combination with the drummer.
So you'd say, Joey, faster.
Faster. Get in
Probably what you'll
sync.
have to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is very interesting. I would think from the women's point of view, obviously it's about the team and doing the sport and getting out on the water, but to just have women who understand where you are, where you've been, and what you're going through, that's got to be so important.
It's huge, and that's really our base, having that camaraderie, that level of comfort and knowing, and it kind of hooks people in. They come, I think, because it's intriguing to them, the sport, and having that commonality with the others, knowing that they could probably do it too, and then once they get in there and they see that they can do it, not that it's always easy, you know, sometimes it's hard, but that in a sense is such a piece of accomplishment and really inspiring and motivating and empowering for each and every one of them.
It must give you your power back, because here's something very athletic, very hard, and you can do it and do it well.
And you can go fast with 20 people paddling. I'm excited about this.
All right, so how fast can we go with, what do we have, 5 or 6 here? So you're going to give us a little demonstration on how to paddle.
Right. Well, I'm going to break down the stroke. This is what I do with our beginner paddlers. I break down the stroke into segments. The goal of dragon boating is to set your body in positions where you're using your big muscles and not just your arms, and you're trying to keep the paddle at a positive angle. You're also trying to reach and grab as much water as possible with the paddle in a positive angle, you know, coming back to your hip before you go negative is what we call. So the position 1 is called the setup. So you're reaching, your arms are straight, you're big, you're leaned forward, your back is rotated to the water, beautiful, and your paddle is at a positive angle, just like that. Great.
Positive angle meaning going forward?
Exactly, just how you have it.
Okay.
We choke down just a little bit on the blade so you get as much leverage as possible. Right. So you're going to set your arms, you're going to keep them, I hate to say lock, but let's say set. So you're going to put this hand up a little bit more, you're going to straighten it out. Exactly, just like that. Okay, so the second thing that you do is called the catch. That's when you're going to lower your body and your arms a little bit, and that's when you're going to grab the water. So you want to do that before you press. The press, you pull back, you're pressing down with the top hand, and you're pressing the water down, lifting the boat up, and you're pulling it back to your hip, just like that. You want to stay forward, facing forward. You want your shoulders square at the end of your stroke, right? Your top hand is up here because you want to keep that paddle positive, right? Okay, perfect. So that's the end of your stroke. Now you're coming into the recovery, what we call the recovery. This is where you relax. It's a nanosecond of relaxation. But you want to take full advantage of that moment, right? So that's position 4, and then you go back to position 1 at the catch. Right. Okay, so
this is a intricate sport.
It is. We're constantly fine tuning. You never get it.
Can we try to find a rhythm? Like, let's give it a try and see if we can do it.
Okay, so Pat is going to be the stroke.
Okay.
And you're going to follow her. So go.
Oh man.
And that happens in dragon boating.
And then you just keep going after you click?
Exactly.
Now, I will tell you the most important thing that I have learned is that it is not rowing. In fact, the team joked with us before that when you say rowing, you have to put $1 into the paddle jar. So I already owe you a significant amount of money.
That's right. First lesson in dragon boating is we paddle.
Yes.
And we face forward. We go forward.
And you have to engage your abs to do this.
Yes.
Linda, you're doing a fabulous job.
Strong abs, strong legs.
Well, we're going to
really
keep paddling, not rowing, but we want to let you know that the Sarasota Dragon Boat Festival is Saturday, April 21st at Nathan Benderson Park. To find out more about the Breast Cancer Survivors team, you can go to their website, survivorsinsync.org. Coming up next, we have some mommy must-haves, things to do with your toddlers here on the Suncoast.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. Airport security discovering 3 loaded firearms at Tampa International Airport this week alone. Now, TSA is reminding travelers how to safely and properly travel with guns. A violent gas station crash in Miami is caught on camera. We'll take a look at the shocking video. Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Scott. We're looking for some showers to come back into the weather picture. Not so much tomorrow, but more so Sunday and Monday as we start to see an increase in low-level moisture away. On top of that, a low pressure moving across the southeast. And it looks as though a first alert weather day is in store for us on Monday. Now, there's a chance we could see a few isolated thunderstorms tomorrow. There's not a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so it appears that we won't see a lot of widespread rain tomorrow afternoon. While much more on the weekend weather forecast and what it means for us as far as that rain goes on Sunday and Monday coming up at 5. See you then.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
The Spring Fever sales event is going on now at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota. Drive a new 2018 Corolla for only $79 per month, the all-new 2018 Camry for only $119 per month, and 2018 RAV4 for just $129 per month at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific. They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
We love to share all of the great things to do here on the Suncoast, but keeping busy is especially important when you are the parent of a little one. Well, Megan Greenberg is here with her latest Mommy Must-Haves, and these are all things focusing on things you can do with your toddler.
Yes.
Right here on the Suncoast.
Good advice for grandparents, too. Yes, sometimes grandparents don't know what to do with the toddler. They're
so
very
much to
busy.
do. Yeah,
Or ants.
we're fortunate it's not snowing here like it is in most of the country. We have beautiful weather pretty much year round, and I didn't realize how much there was to do before I had a baby, and now I can't believe just how many places there are to go.
Well, what's so funny is that Megan, you know, I knew Megan before she was a mother, and Megan always knew the fun things to do as a person.
Right,
you know?
right, as an adult. Right. She's still a person, Joey.
As a childless person.
Right.
But now you have little people that you're taking out. So let's remind us all, we have followed baby Arlo on the show since when he was in your tummy.
In utero, yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 1.5 years.
Yes, and he is adorable and has been, I love just looking at his pictures. I feel like when he grows up, I'm going to want to be his friend. He's just a cool, cool kid.
He is a cool kid.
All right, so you have some great ideas for your cool kid. Let's start with, what is the Bratz Club? It sounds like something I wouldn't want to take a kid to.
It's quite the opposite. It's really lovely. They're actually fairly new, and it is just a toddler class. So it is a pay-to-play class, and it has, depending on the age of your child, they take everybody from newborns to toddler 2, which is 24 months. So whether they can take direction or just crawl around. And these are a few pictures from it. They do everything from even things you can take home, like how to use your paper towel rolls to turn into cool toys. Like there they are taped on the wall. And there are things that can be, they're really useful to learn there, and they can be very inexpensive to replicate at home.
And good social time.
Super social.
It's hard to find social time.
And they're just, they teach you skills about how to help your child speak or use, so it's a very skills-based class that's also very fun.
That's really great, and I know you can find that on Facebook.
Yes,
that's
you can.
the Bratz Club, SRQ. All right, story time. Kids love story time, but you found a cool place to take them.
For Little Sprouts.
Yes.
So yeah, so everybody loves Selby. Who doesn't love Selby anyway?
But first, Barnes & Noble.
Oh, I'm just
Barnes
kidding
Noble
about that.
story
Just
time.
a little joke there, everybody. Barnes & Noble is also a great place. I grew up in bookstores myself, so whether it's story time or not, take your kids to Barnes & Noble because they have a play section
And
anyway.
they're typically free.
Yes, it is completely free. They do story time, and Arlo's a little young, so he's featuring Arlo at story time, and they're really lovely no matter how old old your kid is. But there's also the train sets right there. So after story time, your kids can play. They have crayons and drawing and a very interactive.
And mom can have a coffee and actually take a break.
And it does get a child used to a bookstore, so that as they grow up, they'll be more and more
When we
involved.
pull in the parking lot, he starts squealing.
Yay!
So he loves it there.
Oh, great.
Now to Selby.
Yes, all right. So Selby Gardens has a program called Little Sprouts. Tell us about it.
Which is also story time based and play as well. So they have when you, it's only the first Thursday, Friday of every month. You can check on their calendar and they'll give you the listings. It's also beautiful. It's outdoors. They have stations set up where your kids can create arts and crafts, and then they always finish it with a lovely nature-based story. They hand out snacks like little, you know, seeds and nuts, everything, and everyone sits down, and it's beautiful, and it's nice too because you go there with your kid and then you can just walk around as a person.
Yeah.
Mommy time is important.
And there's a ton of things to do for the whole family at Selby, so that is a great one for the little ones. All right, Sarasota Jungle Gardens, which I know I love. You found for the kids.
Never went before I had a kid. I just it's Jungle Gardens. It's there. That sounds cool, but just never went. And now we love it. There's beautiful winding paths. You can feed the flamingos, which is the coolest thing. They have a petting zoo. Be aware it closes at I think 2 p.m. maybe 3.
Yes,
so
you don't want a kid thinking he's going to be petting an animal and it's closed.
So nap time's kind
It
of
closes at nap time.
Yes, but and the beautiful parrots and macaws. So it's just a really lovely space. I was surprised at just how beautiful it is.
Then you have a couple things that I think, you know, it's easy to take for granted, but we live in some of those beautiful beaches right here on the Suncoast. You take Arlo to the beach.
Yes, which we get about 30 good minutes, and then we gotta go. But he, most of the time, he just wants to run into the ocean.
And that's okay.
Yes.
You know, it's natural, it's free, he's burning energy.
I mean, why not take advantage of this?
Yes.
I mean, look at
Right.
this. This is beautiful, and it teaches him texture and feet, and you know, all just it's so much fun. I mean, a bucket, a shovel, or nothing at all, you can have the best.
Right.
I mean, we all love going to the beach. So babies love it too.
Now, a toy that has not changed, and I'm so happy, are train sets.
Yep.
Train sets are still very popular. And how does Arlo enjoy his?
You can get these anywhere. Ours is from IKEA. They're actually very reasonably priced. We actually
and
set
he
up
built
our
a big one.
Yeah, we set up our coffee table. Our house is no longer our house; it's our child's house. And what's fun is you can make them your own too. You can add in some of their toys, like we added in different things to make it safari themed or little plants. So you can get crazy and make it.
And it's nice that there are ones now that are affordable, because it used to be you had to pay a ton to have this fancy
You
wood.
can start the IKEA set starts at $25.
Yes.
You can keep
Very
adding
reasonable.
to it. You
Very
can make
reasonable.
it.
That's
but
also nice too, because instead of family members giving your, you know, as gifts toys that maybe you don't want in your home,
They can expand
keep
a set.
adding on to the train set. And then I know very quickly you have some fun things that you do right at home with Arlo, and a lot of them center around art.
Yep, when it's rainy day or it's just really hot out or you just don't feel like going somewhere 5 days in a row, then there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, art is so easy. Chalk, I mean, just sidewalk chalk, give them some chalk. It washes right off. Go out there. They have so much fun. Bubbles never go out of style. A painting, and just a little tip too, you can use egg carts. You can use your disposable egg cartons for paint is one of the #1 parent hacks that I've found.
Thank you, Megan. She
recently,
always
so.
has the best ideas for the kids, and as he continues to get older, we keep getting more and more ideas. So
Yes.
thank you, Megan.
you.
These are great ideas. You can always find more information about any of these local spots by going to mysuncoast.com. All right, we'll be right back.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
This week on Animal Outtakes,
I'm going to demonstrate how to remove a hook from a bird.
We visit a sanctuary that specializes in getting our feathered friends back to the wild. Join us this week on ABC 7.
Hey, lots of great things going on this weekend, including the Suncoast Barbecue and Bluegrass Bash. It is in Venice and an absolutely great festival. You can obviously go out and sample tons of different types of barbecue and hear some great bluegrass music. So don't miss out. It runs Saturday and Sunday. Actually, that's Friday and Saturday at the Venice Airport Fairgrounds at the Venice Festival grounds there at suncoastbarbecuebash.com. We're heading to the kitchen with Cafe Barboso next.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years at the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Pirates fans they won't be able to cheer on their football team this spring. Why Braden River High School's football program is now facing disciplinary action. In First Alert traffic, right now we're seeing minor backups on South Tamiami Trail in downtown Sarasota, right around the intersection with Bee Ridge Road. Let's get another check on the weather with Bob.
Good afternoon, everyone. Not a beautiful weekend, but we'll see a pretty good day on Saturday. Better day on Saturday than Sunday. We'll have much more in your weekend weather forecast. We are going to see the problem with fog again tomorrow morning. Now, we saw that this morning, obviously, with the light winds and clear skies, and also temperature and dew point temperature getting very close. This particular model depicting not as much fog, but there will be some areas around, so keep that in mind tomorrow morning. The Futurecast is also showing a lot of clouds moving in on Saturday now and again, but we'll see some breaks in the afternoon. Details in your forecast come up at 5.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, should Sarasota do with its bayfront? We'll get an update on the Suncoast building boom and how public input is shaping progress. A veteran tells his story of coming home and then building a Suncoast business. Plus, Suncoast doctors take to the stage to show off their musical skills in Dr. Idol Battle of the Bands. Plus, Carmel Kitchen and Bar is in our kitchen.
And welcome back. We are here with Chef Joe from Cafe Barboso. What are we making?
We're going to be making a Umbrian artichoke pasta with spinach.
I've never done that before.
It is insane.
And an Umbrian artichoke is big.
Yes, they're big.
I see Linda's got it
the
down
long
there.
stem.
This is it?
Yeah.
So this is simple. It's like, and you can get the recipe on the website, right? So basically just start with 2 tabs of butter.
All right.
Right? Immediately get some heavy cream in here.
So it's a light dish.
Yeah. So we're going to put about 1.5 cups of cream. Linda, you want to just get a teaspoon?
How much do you want?
1 teaspoon of that. Okay. There you go.
Is
right
that
in there.
Teaspoon?
Yeah. Perfect. Now let's get this in there. Let's put this up a little bit more now.
You said immediately put the cream in. Is there a reason why, or it's
I like to. I like to get everything in there. Put everything in at once. So then we're going to just throw the chopped artichokes and spinach. We'll put that.
Spinach. Oh.
Yeah. Put that right in.
You said if it smokes, if butter smokes, you should put cream in?
Immediately. Or whatever the dish calls for. If it's white wine.
So you just want a hot pan.
You want a hot pan.
Want a hot pan.
Okay.
And then we'll take a pinch of salt, right? Pinch of white pepper.
Ooh.
When you're doing cream. This is nutmeg, ground.
Ooh.
So we put the nutmeg in there. And then we'll just let this toss a little bit. You know, you're going to cook it for about 1.5 minutes.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, but then we're going to add Reggiano, the king of cheeses.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be good.
Could never go wrong with that.
No.
Put a little extra of that
So
in.
we put, you know, like literally about 1.5 ounces. And then shredded fresh mozzarella, right?
It's getting better and better.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We're cheese people.
I know. Then you'll throw your pre-cooked pasta right in.
So it's a one-pot meal. I like that.
Yeah, 1 pot, right?
I'm still
You
stuck
toss
on
it.
nutmeg.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say it again?
No, I'm stuck on that. I love the concept. I wouldn't have
Nutmeg is beautiful. In northern Italy, nutmeg is used throughout in bechamels, into different eggplants and lasagna dishes and pasta dishes. So see how beautiful this is?
Oh, it smells wonderful.
Yeah.
It does.
So then what we'll do is we'll throw a little bit more of
Pretty
the mozzarella.
much more.
Yeah. And then we'll
here
take,
go the artichokes.
Those are gorgeous.
These are, we cut in half, right?
And they come from Italy?
They come from Umbria, yes, right in Italy. And then you'll put this in the oven at 425 for a few minutes.
Okay.
Right? And what we'll do, we have one prepared behind you, Linda. 1 second.
Going to be very careful.
And you look at this.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
So you have to taste this.
Oh, we will.
You won't have to tell us twice.
Exactly. While Joe does a little plating here, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the other dishes. I see a gorgeous salad.
Yes, that is a bandito.
A bandito.
Because, you know, Italians, they never know when they're going to jail, so they have to eat their salad.
Oh, thank you.
So
And are those like a wonton next to it? What is that?
This is
Yeah.
the Umbrian artichokes in
Oh,
a tempura.
those are artichokes.
With the lemon aioli,
Oh, wow.
right?
All right, if
And
you
a
like
li-
artichokes, that is going to be for you.
This is heavenly. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you. Now, I was
Right.
asking about the
Oh.
meaty dish in the middle. Tell us about your ragu.
This is a porcini and sausage ragu that cooks for about 7 hours. And we just like cook it down and cook it down. Joe?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we put it with rigatonis and San Marzano tomatoes and Reggiano cheese. Just a simple pizza. And then my grandmother's toasted almond tiramisu.
Oh, really?
Yes. And then the breads here.
Yeah, tell us about the bread. You're putting something new in that.
Yeah, we do a 1,200-year-old recipe created by Franciscan monks at the restaurant. And it's cooked in a wood-burning oven. It has dates and olives and pistachios and pine nuts and onions and chicken.
Wow.
And cheese and egg. And then it's tossed together in the bread, put into the clay ovens, and then we serve it and rip everybody off.
And
It's
how
incredible.
much does that loaf weigh? That's a pretty big loaf.
That weighs
is a lot
about
of bread.
17 pounds.
Wow.
17
True
pounds of
Italian
bread.
peasant cooking. This is absolutely amazing. I can't get enough of the cheese on this
How do you like
Umbrian
it?
artichoke. It's wonderful.
Good.
Absolutely wonderful.
Good.
You're going to want to go see Chef Joe at Cafe Barbosa.
Yes.
Some great
Oh.
Italian dishes and always a lot of personality to match. So we love it when he's here.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody.
Great
Linda,
weekend,
glad you're
everyone.
back. Good to see you. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.